Hey everybody, I'm back. So, let's see. The disconnected data on the world wound collected by the stargazers of Pelura will not be of any help if it is not studied in detail and properly organized. Stargazers of Pelura's shrine have shared their knowledge with the commander. For many years, they've been creating an artifact that could weaken the connection between Threshold and the Abyss by shining Pelura's northern lights down upon the fortress. The project requires just a little more work before it can be put into action. The commander will gain a powerful weapon that could one day affect the outcome of the entire war. One more day. That enough time? Yes. Teleportation circle. And that'll be up in 5 days.
Beautiful.
Oh, before I go. Confounding Blades. A character with this talent hits a creature with a melee weapon that deals sneak attack damage. The target cannot make attacks of opportunity for 1d4+1 rounds. Master Slayer. At 20th level, the Slayer becomes a master at capturing or killing his studied targets. As a standard action, he can make a single attack against a studied target at his full attack bonus. If the attack succeeds, the target takes damage normally and must succeed at a fortitude saving throw or die. The DC for this save is 10 plus half the Slayer's level, 10 plus the Slayer's intelligence modifier, 21. That's not gonna... Everybody's gonna be able to succeed at that. Whether or not the target succeeds, it cannot be targeted by this ability again by any Slayer for 24 hours. He gets... Ardent. Armigers are difficult to sway from their beliefs. Second level, an Armiger gains +1 bonus on will saves against charm and compulsion effects. This charm increases by 1 for every 4 levels beyond second. Huh. Overwhelming presence. Power word kill, animate dead. Final revelation. Upon reaching 20th level, you become a perfect channel for life energy. You become immune to bleed, death attacks, exhaustion, fatigue, nausea effects, negative levels, and sickened effects. And he gets... Key power, Spit Venom. The monk with this key power can spend 2 points from his key pool as a standard action to spit a stream of venom at a target using a ranged touch attack. If the venom hits, it causes blindness for 1 round. The target must also make a successful fortitude save or be poisoned by Blackadder venom. The save DC in successive rounds of the poison is equal to the ability's save DC. Key power, Perfect Self. At 20th level, a monk becomes a magical creature. The monk gains damage reduction 10 chaotic, which allows him to ignore the first 10 points of damage from any attack made by a non-chaotic weapon or by any natural attack made by a creature that doesn't have similar damage reduction. And we don't have Camilla with us anymore. Yeah, I think... Yeah, this key was kept in eyes among the crystals containing Areelu Vorlish's notes, but what does it open? Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go back here for that. Oop. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Nice. Nice. What was that? Eh. There we go. Having dealt with the undead, the soldiers start scouting the neighborhood looking for surviving enemies. One of them attracts his comrade's attention with a shout. He's found some stones that look like the roof of a Sarkorian house. After some digging, the soldiers find ruins of an inn and the remains of a trade caravan that was carrying some valuable cargo but was never able to leave this shelter. Nice. Magic generals are just absurdly powerful. An ancient necromancer has settled in the remote corner of the world wound and made a deal with demons, promising to serve them in exchange for their protection. Undead guards kept their watch on the towers of his terrifying castle, and by the castle wall a tiny settlement emerged, inhabited by intimidated slaves. Now their imprisonment is over. Firestorm. Ooh. Nice. Surrounding the enemy camp was a palisade bearing the bodies of unfortunate clerics impaled on its spikes. The soldiers removed the remains of those martyrs carefully, then buried them with honors. The crusaders' hearts are overflowing with the desire to make the enemy pay, as if gods themselves instigated the flames of rage in their souls. Oh boy, gargoyles. Yeah, I think I tried to do this before. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah, not a big deal. We've pretty much got this one already. At the bottom of a small ravine where gargoyles used to dump their victims, warriors find many broken bones and punctured skulls. Warriors erect a burial mound of stones over the remains, but the belongings of the dead that failed to interest the winged monsters were retrieved and sent to the army's treasury. The craftsman of the Crusade can refine the staff known as the Wicked Dope in order to turn it into a relic, and then present it to the commander. What kind of item they will make is yet to be decided. Banded mail, or a quarterstaff. Maybe the quarterstaff. A skilled craftsman cleaned the withered vines from the Wicked Dope staff and recovered its battle-like appearance. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but let's go. Nice. The Crusaders encountered a group of volunteers from Ustalav who joined the crusade around 60 years ago. Unfortunately, their leader, an influential noble, turned out to be an undercover vampire. He corrupted his army, spreading the plague of undeath among his soldiers. Before putting his unholy corpse to the torch, the Crusaders stripped his body of the ancient relics of his family. Cruel Necrotic Dagger +5. The wielder strikes a creature that is frightened, shaken, or panicked with a cruel weapon. That creature becomes sickened for 1 round. When the wielder uses a weapon to knock unconscious or kill a creature, he gains 5 temporary hit points that last for 10 minutes. Necrotic weapons are a bane to all living things. They deal additional 1d6 points of negative energy damage on a successful hit. Yeah, there's no way I can beat this. Holy shit, maybe I can beat this. Oh my god. This is just ridiculous. Why are magic generals so powerful? Once upon a time, an altar of a dragon god Apsu stood atop this high mountain. His noble children used to protect this place of power from demons, but the corruption of the world wound devoured their bodies and minds, turning them into undead monsters. However, even having lost their sanity, they never harmed the sacred altar. Let's go with Master of Maneuver 3. Yeah, that's this entire section cleared out. Alright, into Areelu's lab. Anybody tired? Nope. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought there was something else here. Oh,
Day
right.
16. Abadius 4662. Experiment transformation. Subject young male, half-fiend. Objective to study the properties of hybrid souls. Desired result to see the same results that were previously achieved on full-fledged demons. Suture, bring me one more crystal. I believe I'm almost there.
Here we go. Can't make the demons wait.
Hmm? One can find a way out even the most helpless situation. Sometimes the path is revealed rather unexpectedly. Isn't that right, Reynard? I had a suspicion for a while now that the journal was just Areelu talking to me. Now I'm almost sure of it. What?
A person can be in possession of the greatest treasure and never understand its worth. A person can live the happiest days of their life and not know that it will come to an end.
Beautiful.
Pile of magical formula. Summoning. Note from the box. The handwriting in this note is very similar to that on the pages of the Lexicon of Paradox. I knew you would get through the lock, so I hid the wand of teleportation elsewhere. I thought we agreed, no excursions to the outside world until after your transmutation lesson. Well? This map seems to depict a region of Sarkoris before the opening of the wound. It has roads, rivers, and bridges marked on it, as well as numerous notes such as Hunters spotted in spring, avoid. Guards caught a witch on 3 Rova, nothing suspicious since. And High Road, groups often move to and from Threshold, avoid.
When planting a seedling, give it soil, space, and moisture. Nothing can grow in cramped captivity.
T.
Anything else around here?
Let's see what we can do.
What's this? Areelu Vorlish's drafts. A large pile of unsorted notes, drafts, and sketches of various arcane rituals. Magic researchers could potentially glean something useful from this material.
Questions, questions. What is to be done with vanquished foes? What is to be done with treacherous friends? I know the answers to these and to many more questions.
Cetre Devimai. The ghost standing before you used to be a tall man, built like a warrior, but death has twisted his features and bent his back. His eye sockets are empty, his body mutilated, and his face a mask of insanity. Forgiveness. I beg forgiveness. Nobody else should suffer for what I've done. I had to protect the people of Sarkoris. I killed. Who are you, ghost? Sarkoris, blessed by the gods, Sarkoris. I was supposed to protect you. For you, I fought unholy sorcerers, witches, and all the others who tainted the sanctity of magic. I defended you. I did what I had to do. I killed because I had to. Why? What did I do wrong? What are you seeking forgiveness for? I shouldn't have taken her to Threshold. I should have slain her, where she stood. She didn't resist for the first few days. She didn't even understand where she was or where we were taking her. She just kept repeating, I promise, I promise. What are you talking about? Do you recognize this, Hunter? This is my hand. How stern its grip was. Men and women knew it, witches and sorcerers alike. It was not my hand, it was the hand of Sarkoris itself. He led me, walking arm in arm with me. My eyes were gone, but I could still hear the screams. She described what I could not see. Eyes, dying light, the step, a Vescaver swarm descending upon the last unit still trying to hold the line. She said, "Here are the cultists dancing and raising their daggers to stab their prisoners through the heart. Here is the last bastion of your clan, the Found Last. Do you want to know what happened to them, Hunter?" I didn't want to. I couldn't help but ask. Am I to blame for this? Hmm. Name. My name is Cetre Devimai of the Found Last clan. I am a witch hunter, the first hunter of Threshold. I chased them, found them, fished them out of their holes, their hidden lairs, broke their spells, crushed their defenses. The first, the best. I fought entire covens by myself. I led an army of my brothers in arms to battle. But then, this death, I killed. If only I hadn't killed. There's nothing else. And only half our unit returned. Nasty fight. We thought the witch would be alone. I didn't know. I killed, but I had no idea who I was killing. Insects, chittering, squirming, eating my eyes out. Can see through them, yes, I can. Although they are no longer in my sockets, they eat and I watch till the end. You're insane, Ghost. I am Cetre Devimai of the Found Last clan, first hunter of Threshold, protector of Sarkoris. I am the witch's nemesis, the best hunter of my land. I received an order to capture the witch Areelu Vorlesh, and I carried out that order. I brought her to Threshold as a prisoner. I killed the witch's accomplice. I killed him. You've been stuck in this world for far too long. Let go of your past and go to face Pharasma's judgment. You forgive me? Code of the Hunters of Threshold. I am a hunter of Threshold, the best among the best. I am the keeper of Sarkoris, its protector against the corruption and machinations of powers sinful and poisoned. I feel the gaze of the ancestors and the gods upon me. I will follow the trail of any beast, be it demon, hag, witch, or rogue mage. I will root them out in any land, in any pit, in any den. Those who surrender I will imprison. Those who resist I will slay without hesitation. There is nothing I would not do to repel the corruption, for I am all that stands between the land and its people and horrifying calamities. I am a hunter of Threshold. Enunciation. I beg you to inform the first hunter and the high interrogator that the prisoner Areelu Vorlesh is covertly preparing in a ritual of unthinkable scale. If she's not stopped, the consequences will be devastating. I beseech you to be prudent. Prisoner Opon. Interrogation record. The prisoner was asked 3 questions. What was the source of her sinful power? Who taught her the craft? And what deeds was she intending to pursue by using it? Having not received an answer, the interrogator called first for the use of simple means of loosening a criminal's tongue, but for the more intricate tools to be kept in clear view also for the purposes of intimidation. When these measures failed to produce results,
Here we go.
I think I'm beginning to understand what happened. Ivo is too big. She keeps getting in the way now. Thick smoke rises from the brazier before you. In its curling haze, you can see a pale, haggard face with a bleeding spiral carved into its forehead. Who disturbs my restless vigil? A friend? A foe? It doesn't matter. I haven't spoken with anyone in so long. I'd be happy to hear the sound of any living voice. Who are you? In life, my name was Opon, and I was a talented spellcaster. One of the most powerful in the land of Sarkoris. I was also the most arrogant. I believed that I could always escape from the hunters of Threshold and that my talent would never fail me. What a hollow, misguided belief. The hunters eventually caught me and locked me in this cursed prison, and I died within its walls. Now I am here, bound to this brazier for all eternity, in a place that looks like the cell where I spent 10 years of my life and died. I've seen a letter of denunciation signed by you. Yes, I informed upon her. I told the guards about the ritual she was working on. I tried to prevent the inevitable, but it was too late. So you're a rat. Serves you right then. How can I help you? I don't know for sure, but I am bound by a powerful spell and my own uneasy conscience. Both are keeping my soul from going down the path that all souls must follow. But you can try and smash this brazier. Perhaps it will set me free, or kill me. I can't imagine anything more horrible than your punishment. But you weren't wrong to denounce her. You were trying to protect our home, Sarkoris, from a great evil. I salute you for your courage. This ring used to belong to you, didn't it? Yes, that is my ring. It's been so long since I felt its cool embrace around my finger. Cetre Devamai's wolf took it, along with a chunk of my flesh. You repaired it? I'm glad. So you wanted to start a rebellion in Sarkoris? Yes, I did. I didn't want violence, but I guess I knew from the start that it was unavoidable. I just wanted to make everyone admit that we were people too. I wanted them to stop hunting us down and imprisoning us. Great changes never come without bloodshed. I see. You must know that I would never use my ring for evil purposes, although it is capable of doing terrible things. I ask you to do likewise. Farewell, Opon. You deserve to rest in peace. Thank you. I don't know what lies ahead of me, the afterlife or oblivion, but either way, thank you.
There are questions that are better left unasked. There are memories that ought to rouse a storm in your soul. But instead, you look into them and see nothing but emptiness. Unknowing is the worst punishment. Knowing, on the other hand, knowing is eternal, unabated pain.
Spare me from listening to eggheads and their problems. A fist to the face, that's pain. As for knowledge, I wish I could have nothing but pain from knowledge for the rest of my life.
Pain can be endured for the sake of knowledge, but the superior approach is to acquire knowledge of how to eliminate the pain. Did you know that there are over 70 different methodologies for local and general anesthesia, including chemical, magical, psychological, and mechanical? The optimal one is without a doubt the one I prefer, the method of scientific forgetting.
Hello.
The image of Areelu projected by the magical device raises her head and looks into your eyes. There is no doubt that this time it's not a recording of another one of her experiments. You wanted me to end up here, didn't you? That's why you led me to find the crystal.
Yes, I did. But I did not drag you here by force. I have never done that. I could give you a hint, prompt you, but never force you. You asked me a question, and I answered. Now answer mine. When you were there, standing near the crib inside my ruined home, what did you feel?
Sadness.
So be it. So be it.
Where are you now, Areelu?
I am where everything began. Threshold. Do not worry, I will not flee when you come here, not again. You will come, won't you? One of us must burn, so that the other may live, and the wound may be eliminated. I have another question for you. The hunter from Threshold. His ghost was imprisoned here. Why did you do what you did to him?
His guilt is indisputable, but he had already suffered enough.
I see. It was not I who killed him, made him a ghost, and imprisoned him here. He took his own life, and his guilty conscience did the rest. And yet he asked you for forgiveness. That is odd. It makes no sense.
Why did you show me all that? Your past, the prison. You want me to pity you?
Pity? Me? I did not throw the country that betrayed me into the demon's maw in order to be pitied. I did not do it even for revenge. I simply made a promise.
Everyone needs to be pitied sometimes. People who say they don't want it seem to need it more than anyone else. Maybe if someone pitied you back then, 100 years ago, there wouldn't be a world wound, or a demon invasion, or any other horrible things.
Indeed. I was the fearsome witch Threshold's hunters were after. I began studying rifts and soul-changing forces long before they knocked on my door. I had no intention of applying such knowledge at the time, but some temptations are nigh onto impossible to resist. And one more thing I'd like to ask you. Why did you do what you did to that little traitor, Opon?
I felt pity for him.
He stabbed me in the back. But I didn't punish him for that, oh no. He was punished for lacking the courage to fight for his own freedom, and for choosing to grovel before his executioners. Now he is an eternal prisoner. What could be more appropriate? It is so odd to realize that I once cared about so many things. That ideas like justice and revenge used to mean something.
I have nothing more to discuss with you.
Farewell, then. Threshold awaits.
What's the glass key for, then? Well, I've seen all I need to anyway. Areelu Vorlish's drafts, a large pile of unsorted notes, drafts, and sketches of various arcane rituals. Magic researchers could potentially glean something useful from this material. Why are there two of them? Commander, glad to see you back with us. You've arrived just in time. There is unrest within your forces once again. Unfortunately, once you returned, so did the wary. They're turning the soldiers against you. I'm afraid we're dealing with an open mutiny. They're agitating for the army to abandon Dresden and march on the threshold on their own. If we don't stop them, the outcome may be disastrous. Let's meet with the wary. I don't believe it will be hard to convince them that their plan is pure madness. We'll gather loyal officers and send them to speak with the soldiers. Unarmed and with an open heart, we'll convince them to turn their backs on those madmen and their mutiny. Mutinies must be suppressed with absolute severity. We surround all units engaged in the revolt, then we arrest and hang the agitators, publicly. Behind every rebellious leader is a very angry second-in-command who dreams of promotion. We'll just hint at the fastest way to get it, and the mutiny will fade away by itself, with the added benefit of refreshing our staff. These wary were quiet while I was fighting in Eyes. Why are they making their move now? What they were doing while you were battling in Eyes, that I can't say, but the events that followed your return have left many concerned. The Queen publicly supported your actions, but even that wasn't enough to convince your detractors. The armies are buzzing with the most ludicrous rumors. Some say you've put a spell on Her Majesty, others think you've replaced her with a double, and that the real Queen is being held in your dungeon. There's no end to this chatter. You also have a great deal of respect for Queen Galfrey, don't you? I'm a soldier. It's my duty to respect my superiors. I hold you in high esteem as well. Let's discuss our options in further detail. Sela, what's your plan? Even if there were any doubts before, it's perfectly clear now. The soldiers are not to blame for anything. They are being provoked by dishonorable officers. It would be a crime to turn our loyal troops against them. We, those who give them orders, must convince them not with blades, but with words. We will appeal to their conscience and make them abandon this madness no matter what the insiders in their command are saying. Approaching the mutineers unarmed would be the definition of madness. I'm not even going to discuss this plan of sorts. Regil, what do you suggest? Revolts should be nipped in the bud. We'll surround the mutinous detachments, then publicly execute the wary and all those convicted of instigation. If seditious tendencies persist, we do it again. It's the only way to ensure the troops' loyalty. Fair point. The demons are struggling to exterminate our forces. Let's do them a favor and slaughter our soldiers ourselves. Darren, your opinion, please? Behind the back of every disgruntled officer is a whole queue of aspirants eager to take their place. To get rid of the ringleaders of the wary, we won't even have to hire assassins. The promise of a promotion and a pay raise is all it will take for any second in command to do their duty, be it by a dagger or a drop of poison. They'll make good officers, feared by allies and enemies alike. I know that the word honor means nothing to you, but this idea is horrible even from the most cynical perspective. What's the point of ridding ourselves of schemers and traitors if we're only going to replace them with other schemers and traitors, and murderers to boot? Captain Harmotton, what would you advise? I think their talks of a self-directed march are a bluff. Only lunatics would follow such a suicidal plan. We need to talk to the wary and ask them what they really want. Don't parley with mutineers. I'm pretty sure we all know what they want. The same thing as everybody else. Power and money. We'll just be playing into the hands of the wary if we sit down and talk with them as equals. Let's see. All generals gain the charismatic feat. At the start of a battle, units gain a plus 15 bonus to combat morale. All generals gain the decimation feat. Any unit in the army gains a plus 3 bonus to combat morale when damaged. Huh. Bloodthirsty officers. At the start of a battle, all enemy units suffer a minus 15 penalty to combat morale. Negotiations with the wary. Crusade morale reduces by 25. Why would I do that? All generals gain the Test of Strength feat. All units gain a plus 1 bonus to combat morale each turn. Yeah, I don't think any combat is gonna last long enough that... Yeah, that would have to go 15 rounds to be even close to this. And this... Yeah, that would take 5 rounds for only one unit to reach 15. So yeah, this is just the better choice. suppose that's, yeah, let's just go with this. I'm sure that none of our officers will refuse to address the army. May the goddess help us bring those poor souls to their senses. I'll keep you up to date on how things unfold. As soon as there are any developments, I will reconvene the council. Anything else? Nope. Okay, so I do need to rest to get rid of the corruption.
I know you hate demons, but since we're fighting together, perhaps we could...
No, we could not. Yeah, let's go here and take care of this now.
The spies have reported that the enemy is preparing a series of attempts on the officers' lives. The generals are asking the commander to take precautions and protect his loyal servants. Guard the officers both during battles and in between them. Give the officers the same living conditions as regular soldiers. Train the officers how to fight off assassins. This is probably Greyboar's suggestion. Greyboar knows the tricks assassins use in their work. He will teach the officers how to defend themselves if they are attacked, but the training will require some time. Yeah, there are a few demon armies over here. Yeah, I think I'll wait until more troops become available. Then I'll send my primary army down here and my secondary army over here. The commander can perform... Oh, yeah, the finance points income increases by 200. Materials points income increases by 5. The Thieflings will ensure that she stays safe and comfortable, and they can find a way to benefit from having such a powerful ally. They will remember to thank the commander for it. Sela's plan worked. Shamed by hearing the words of the commander's loyal officers, the soldiers willingly turned in the instigators, restoring the army's obedience. Awesome. Huh. No, not when we're almost there. We're finally here. This whole time I've been so worried. I just can't stop thinking about the stolen souls. Greetings, Commander. I kept watch just like you instructed. They're definitely keeping the trapped souls here. I've seen the jewelry myself, but this place is well guarded. We'll have to fight our way inside. Yeah, and it won't be just a small skirmish. Seems like all the surviving cultists fled here from the wound after they lost in Canabras and Dresden. What is this place? What are we up against? It looks like this place belongs to those Baphomet creeps. I knew it. I knew this was one of their schemes. This was too elaborate to be the Descarites. Well, it looks like we're up against cultists, demons, the usual. There's one more thing I should mention. Derek Sunhammer is here. I saw him at the entrance to the cave. He had the trapped souls with him, or rather the jewelry that contains the trapped souls. He was looking at the different pieces, holding their gemstones up to the light. I think he was admiring his handiwork. It's safe to assume that he's a significant figure within the cult, and that means he'll probably be a formidable opponent. We'll find the stolen souls, and we'll give those cultists a good thrashing. We'll make those assholes pay for what they've done. I guess we'll stay here and guard the entrance so that you don't get stabbed in the back, but if you need help, we'll be there straight away. You bet we will. I'll never desert my friends again. For the League of the Inspiring Cart, I'm so happy that you're both here. We'll save the day, together. Now, let's do this. Who needs sleep? This might be a pretty big map. I shouldn't use all my buffs just yet.
I will defend my dream.
Yeah, those are the guys that are just completely immune to magic.
Cover me, all right?
I'll dissect your cadaver.
We will win this war.
My tail is restless.
We are the light. They
What?
are the darkness.
I will resist! Too late for apologies!
Rating.
T. The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Mind over muscle.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Maybe this dungeon isn't as big as I thought it was. There he is. Master Derek looks just as friendly and polite as he did the day he welcomed you into his jewelry shop in Dresden. His attire is still rich and exquisite, but now it features a gem-encrusted symbol of Baphomet. A grotesque shadow hovers beside him, a demon, perhaps the same one that stole the jewelry at Elon's wedding. Ah, the victorious commander and his valiant companion. I was so certain that you had been swallowed up by the abyss. Oh well, life is full of disappointments. Cultists are so talkative these days. Why don't we skip the heart-to-heart and get down to business? Why, valiant paladin, don't you want to know who you've really been dealing with this whole time? He's not just a cultist or a demon worshipper. You're talking to the Grand Master of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. Well, I saw Nocticula kill Baphomet. Your lord died at her hands. I am fully aware of the Lady in Shadow's capabilities. Forgive me for being blunt, but you have not told me anything I don't already know. I do not mourn my master's temporary demise. His defeat is nothing more than a setback. We may be forced to retreat, but like the tide, we will always return. However, even the permanent death of Lord Baphomet would not sway me from my beliefs. Do you know why the Abyss is so beautiful? It spawns new beasts to replace the old. It sustains itself in an endless cycle, the unchanging sum of chaos and evil. It will never cease to exist. If Lord Baphomet meets his end, I will simply find myself a new master. I have some questions for you, Grand Master. You can ask whatever you'd like, and I might even answer. But you don't need to address me by my title, though it sounds formidable. It is purely honorary, and places no obligations upon me, which suits me perfectly. So you were the one who led the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth into battle? You might find this surprising, but no, that was not my role. Demon generals like Jerebeth and Minago have rendered my services unnecessary. They are the ones who lead the troops in the Worldwound. I realized that I could not compete with them, so I moved away from military operations and began to focus on my own intrigues. And it is thanks to those schemes that our paths have collided. Why were you stealing souls? Isn't the answer obvious? I wanted to spread terror throughout the city, and I could use the souls as leverage to coerce people into doing my bidding. I spent years developing a reputation amongst Mendevian high society. Everyone knew who I was, and my work was in high demand. Then, slowly, with almost surgical precision, I distributed the demonic jewelry. I knew when to sell someone a useless bauble and when to give someone something special. Then I ordered the demons to act. All of the jewelry had gemstones that were designed to ensnare souls. I told the demons to capture the souls of the jewelry's owners and bring them to me. All across Mendev, dozens of mortals were suddenly trapped. All of their friends and loved ones were left alone with their grief. They held the lifeless bodies of their children or their beloved and clung to the hope that maybe someday there would be a way to bring them back. And that's when I struck. I threatened, I coerced, I offered hope. I did everything I could to tear down your crusade from the inside. If you had stayed in the Abyss a little longer, even a couple of months would have sufficed, you would have had an altogether different welcome waiting for you. You would have returned to find Mendev engulfed in civil war. We kind of already had that. I've met all kinds of monsters, but none of them have been this full of themselves. Oh, brave, brave paladin. You know so little of this world and understand even less. Who is that demon standing next to you? You don't know me, but I know you. We've met several times, except I was controlling the body of your friend, the nimble but empty-headed Curl. How did Sela, Curl, and the others get involved in all this? It was all the result of a rather absurd series of coincidences. It started when a certain knight, burning with love and passion, came by to buy a ring for his bride-to-be. He was willing to pay quite an exorbitant sum. Now, I don't normally waste my time with mundane, ordinary folk. However, his ardor and the strength of his love, along with the fact that he was one of Iomede's nauseatingly righteous lackeys, made him irresistible. So I decided to craft him a ring with a demon inside. I took great pleasure in the thought that someday he would realize he had given a deadly gift to the person he loved the most. He would have to live with the knowledge that he had doomed his beloved to a terrible fate. Well, thank you for the valuable life lesson. I can assure you that this nauseatingly righteous knight has taken it to heart. I thought you were a master of intrigue, cold-blooded and cunning, but you're not clever or cunning, you're just cruel. There's nothing special about your schemes, they're just an excuse to hurt people. The more you talk, the more I want to kill you. Every word you say brings you closer to your inevitable demise. But I haven't even told you the best part, brave paladin. The most ridiculous coincidence of all was the halfling Curl. Did you know my Templars recruited him? He's been our informant for a long time. You're lying. Not at all. The Condemned provide an endless supply of recruits. They're easy targets. What they lack in quality, they make up for in quantity. We recruited Curl when we were preparing for the attack on Canabres. If it's any consolation, the fool quickly grew disenchanted with Baphomet's cause. He refused to spy for us, but we gave him a good scare and he gave up. We barely had to torture him at all. He continued to spy for us, but he dreamed of escape. He clung to the hope that someday he could run away, not just from us, but from the Crusades as well. He wanted to go far, far away, where no one would ever find him. And then one day, by complete chance, he found out about the ring that Master Derek gave to the foolish knight Ellen. The ring I was hidden in. The idiot thought it was some priceless artifact. He thought that if he stole it, he could sell it and use the money to start a new life elsewhere. He went to the deserted camp, grabbed the ring, and gave me his lovely, agile body, as well as the chance to have a good laugh. It was so amusing to pit the valiant paladin against her brave knight friend. It's time we put an end to this whole affair. Look at your friends, brave paladin. Look at the commander, the Crusade's greatest hope. You have led them all to their deaths. Buff time! Oh! Gotcha. It seems that I have made a mistake. I should not have fought you. Still, I do not regret taking the risk. You may have the commander by your side, but look at yourself, Paladin. Look at those you've taken under your wing. Your friends are a thief, a coward, and a stubborn oaf. You couldn't unite them or inspire them to great deeds. On the contrary, you made everything worse. Yet here you are now, blaming me for everything that's happened as if it is all my fault. Somehow I am responsible for all of your woes. My evil plans and schemes have ruined your lives. You believe that if you can just rid the world of evil people like me, it will become a paradise. Life will be fair and just, and everyone will be joined together in the bonds of friendship. Is it over? Have we removed the evil? Why, that cultist scum! Even on death's door, he was still spewing venom. Wait, we won, right? We've completed our mission? It doesn't matter. He tried to poison our souls, but his words mean nothing. He has lost. Commander, Sela, I spoke harshly to you before. I said things that I regret. But I should never have doubted you. This victory would not have been possible without your help. Don't pay any attention to him. He's a cultist. Why would you believe a word he says? Yeah, you're right. We'll discuss this later. We have the souls. I'll keep them with me until we reach Dresden. Let's go, Reynard. I don't want to stay here any longer.
Oh, me?
Now what did he have on him? Jeweler's Notes. Chalcedony is a gem that is often overlooked. Its color evokes the pale blue hues of deep snow, much like the warm yellow glint of amber brings to mind the fiery leaves of autumn. A skilled jeweler understands the seasonal qualities of these colors, but does not shy away from rearranging them. Why not start the year with winter, then move to autumn? And why shouldn't autumn flow into spring? Summer can be the last season, the one that reverses the flow of time. There is something unusual about this red garnet. Its size and cut suggest that it was used for a specific purpose other than decoration. What else? Hammer of Masterpiece. Whenever this +5 light hammer lands a hit against a target, it deals additional force damage depending on whether the target has an amulet and/or rings equipped. If the target has all 3 slots equipped, it suffers additional 3d10 force damage. If the target has 2 of 3 slots equipped, it suffers additional 2d10 force damage. If the target has only 1 slot equipped, it suffers 1d20 force damage. Oh, 1d20 force damage. The wielder of this light hammer can 3 times per day use the weapon's ability to support themselves or allies. If the target has all 3 slots equipped, they gain a +3 circumstance to bonus to attack and damage rolls for 1 hour. 2 slots +2 bonus. 1 slot +1. If the target is only... However, equipping or removing amulets or rings also removes the bonus. Well, nobody in my party uses light hammers. Belt of Physical Form +6. Headband of Vast Intelligence +6. Amulet of Natural Armor +5. Ring of Protection +5. Ring of Renowned Artisan. This ring grants the wearer +12 competence bonus to Knowledge Arcana skill checks and +5 bonus on checks to craft potions or scrolls. Bracers of Armor +7. Cloak of Resistance +5. And what does she have equipped? Well, anyway. Amulet of Deep Roots. This amulet grants its wearer a +5 natural armor enhancement bonus to armor class. It also grants its wearer immunity to bull rush and overrun combat maneuvers, as well as a +3 competence bonus to AC against huge and bigger entities. That would be really good for her, I think.
good, aren't I?
Can't make the demons wait.
But now I want to know what's down the other side.
Something wrong? My tail is twitching. Must be a sign. This is my kind of work.
Ah. So that's where that red gem goes. Oh. I don't suppose it would be like last time where there's 4 portraits. Oh, that note. So blue, yellow, green, red. Aha! Finally a puzzle that actually makes sense.
I got this.
What, that was it? That was your big trap, Sunhammer? Alright, let's see what... Ah.
After all that, there wasn't even anything useful here. Huh. Is there something else in here? Hmm. Hold on. Ah. Just in case, though. Gnawing magic. Whenever the wearer of this headband of intelligence +6 casts a spell that affects the enemy, the wearer gains a +1 bonus to checks made to overcome spell resistance, and the enemy suffers a -1 penalty on attack and damage rolls, as well as all saving throws for 3 rounds. The effect stacks to a maximum of 4. Well, that's definitely going on Nenio.
Is that a trap?
This is my kind of work.
Oh, incoming demon army. And another one right there. There you are, Reynard. I'm just here, you know, waiting. Arsenal is gonna unite the souls and the bodies. Just a little longer and we can put all this behind us. What's bothering you? Where do I even start? There's a lot on my mind. But hey, Reynard, there's something I have to ask. All of these souls will be returned to their bodies soon, and that means Curl will be free. But what if it's confirmed that he really did work with the cultists? What will you do to him? He bears some of the blame for what happened, but if others were pressuring him, if he acted out of fear for his life, then he deserves to be shown leniency. Then let me ask you something else. How do you feel about me, and the part I played in all this? I talked everyone into going to the Houndheart's camp to get the ring. I protected Curl from Elon's blade and saved his life. I'm the reason he, or rather the demon, took his body, got away. It's my fault that we didn't find out about the jewelry being dangerous. We could have prevented the theft of so many other souls if it hadn't been for me. When we were in the Molten Scar, Jana told me that I was the reason she deserted. She said that I had pushed her to play the hero, to take on challenges she wasn't prepared to face, and that's why she fled in panic. Yet in the end, she found the strength to change. She didn't break, she became a better person. To be honest, I've never seen her more proud and confident than when we defeated Sunhammer. I'm just glad I managed to remain friends with Elon. We were able to help him and Kiana, even though they were tangled up in the schemes of those demon-worshipping cultists. I guess everything's turned out alright. We'll get the souls back, everyone will come back to life, and we'll put all this behind us. When I took my oath as a paladin, I swore to guard the honor of my fellows, have faith in them, and learn the weight of my sword. And I've done those things, so maybe I should stop worrying about what Sunhammer told me before his death. He was just being spiteful, right? His words were full of poison, not truth. So, what is the weight of my sword? Only idiots think they are infallible. I may not be the smartest person in the room, but I hope I have at least some measure of self-awareness. I need to reflect on everything I've done, on what kind of person I've become. The world isn't black and white, Sela. You don't always make the right decisions, but we all make mistakes. That's part of life. Great, now I'm even more conflicted. But maybe that's for the best. I suppose a paladin should have doubts. When you question your actions and decisions, it's like checking a map to make sure you haven't lost your way. Greetings, Commander. I'm glad you're here. We're ready to return the stolen souls to their bodies and bring these poor people back to life. We will need to help them get over their initial shock, and your presence will undoubtedly help ease their transition. First, however, I need your companion. Sela, everyone is waiting for you. Me? Why? Because we want you to set the souls free. We all agreed that you should be the one to do it. After all, you saved those people. You should be the one to bring them back to life. You're confusing me with someone else. I'm Sela, the block-headed paladin. I'm no hero. Like I said, it was a collective decision. We all agreed that it should be you. The loved ones of the victims, the Houndhearts, myself, and I'm not gonna go back and ask them to find someone else, so stop arguing and let's go. They're still in costume. Elon and Kiana fall into each other's arms, heedless of everyone else around them. Come on, let's give them some space. Yeah, we should go. Wait, Commander, Sela. Everything you've done, I can't thank you enough. Neither can I. See, that's why we make such a good couple. We have so much in common. We'll accept your gratitude in the form of strong drinks, but we'll wait to celebrate until after we've defeated the demons. So long, friends. Enjoy this moment of happiness, but don't get too carried away. So where's Curl then? Oh, there he is. You see Curl standing among those who've been rescued. He is looking around awkwardly, shifting from one foot to the other, as if he's not sure what to do with himself. When he notices you and Sela, he pales slightly, but takes a step forward. Thank you so much for saving me from the demons. I want to hear your side of the story, but you need to tell me the truth. Alright, I'll tell you. I met this guy before the attack on Canabras. He said he felt sorry for me. We talked about the condemned and how awful the Crusaders were to me. He told me that I should take matters into my own hands, that I should be my own master and decide my own fate. When the demons attacked Canabras and the city fell into chaos, he found me again. He introduced me to a few of his pals and called himself a Templar of the Ivory Labyrinth. He told me to spy on the Crusaders who were trying to take back the city. I didn't want to help them, but they threatened me. They even cast a spell on me. I don't even know what it was, but it felt like torture. I curled up and sobbed like a baby. They told me that the city belonged to them now and that they'd kill me if I didn't cooperate. So I agreed, but I didn't want to. I swear, I really didn't. I wanted to run away. I thought if I could just get some money, I could escape the city. I could go far, far away, somewhere they'd never find me. The Crusaders could deal with those cultists. I just wanted to be free. And that's when I had the idea to steal Elon's ring. It was worth a small fortune, and I needed the money. I didn't want to hurt Elon, I didn't want to hurt any of you, but I didn't know what else to do. So I took the ring and, well, the demon took control. I guess you know the rest. I was stuck in the ring, and that scumbag stole my body. Damn it, Curl, you could have told us you were being threatened by cultists. We would have helped. But I wanted freedom, Sela. I'll be honest with you, I'm not much of a crusader. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I met you, Elon and Jenna. I couldn't ask for better friends, but I'm not cut out for war. I don't like fighting demons, and I don't want to die. That's too heavy a sentence for a simple thief. He has a point. The punishment should fit the crime. A harsh sentence won't change what's happened, and it won't turn him into a better person. And after everything he's been through... If I let you go, what will you do? Well, you can bet I'm not gonna steal or hobnob with cultists. I swear, I'll swear it on anything you like. I've been thinking about Canabras. It'll take a long time to rebuild the city, and I'm sure they could use an extra pair of hands. I could be a laborer until I learn an honest trade. I think you've been punished enough. I'm granting you a full pardon. You're free to go. Really? I mean, is that the honest truth? Yep, the most honest of truths. Cheer up, lad. It'll all work out for you. I say this as one former thief to, hopefully, another.
Beautiful.
Wonder if Arushale has any more dialogue. You tried to change your nature and succeeded. How does it feel? I feel reborn. I'm a whole new person now, and the world around me seems remade too. It has always been hunt or be hunted for me. I never wanted to be the one who hunts, yet I am a predator by nature, so I had to restrain myself all the time to avoid destroying everything around me. I had the eyes of a monster, and they could only see pain and suffering. I couldn't even imagine that there were so many wonderful, beautiful things in the world. I'm still unable to understand many of them, but I will change and will come to understand everything. What's going on with your nightmares? Do they still haunt you? Yes, they do. And that's how it should be. I myself have changed, but my past will haunt me forever. All the evil things that I did. I have a lot of debts to pay. I have no right to forget them, and my nightmares won't allow it. The answer to Desna's riddle turned out to be surprisingly simple. Yes, but it was not about the answer itself at all. What if someone told me something like, "Arushale, you need friends," at the very beginning of my journey? Of course I needed them. This revelation would not have helped me at all back then. It took me several decades of haphazard wandering in order to understand how dreams work and what I should do with them. The answer was simple, yes, but this journey was the actual lesson the goddess wanted to teach me. Now we know that you can love like we mortals do. How does it feel? This feeling is wonderful, yet terrifying. This is why demons are unable to fall in love. The evil turns them into cowards. To love someone is to open up to the other person, to trust them completely. It means lowering all your shields, knowing that your beloved won't hurt you. Now I understand. Now I love. I love you. Wow, even after all that, you can still say that to her. And that. Anything new here? Nope. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Alright, well, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all again some other time.